This medium speed, medium armor attacker ordered herself up a custom CSRX 300 rifle, and it has a bite to match its bark.
To me, Kali is an operator who's highly misunderstood. Once, she was an operator known to have a powerful bolt-action sniper rifle that could one-shot anyone, and she enjoyed this position for quite a while. Today, a majority will view her as someone who's bound to her sniper rifle and long-range role, which isn't all that effective anymore considering they've nerfed her sniper rifle from being able to one-shot to an inconsistent mess. In my eyes, only half of that is correct. Kali's sniper rifle is still inconsistent, yes, but she's not bound to that rifle. In fact, I think Kali is a meta-defining operator, and part of the reason she's not being played is because she's misunderstood. I want to talk about a few things: her loadout, her utility, and what the misconception is. Looking at her loadout, they've buffed the damage of the CSRX sniper rifle recently, but 135 damage with moderate drop-off is still not going to be consistent at killing your enemies, so it's natural to ask, why would you use a rifle? You're going to pull out the CSRX when you want to one-shot hatches and barricades and use her gadget. We'll get to that later. If you think of Kali's loadout as similar to Smoke's, it starts making a lot more sense. Smoke's shotgun, and in this case Kali's sniper rifle, is primarily going to be used for utility, while you use your machine pistol to get kills. The sniper rifle is not your primary weapon, your machine pistol is. And I know you're asking, why would I pick Kali to frag with on attack when I could be picking Ashe or Yana with assault rifles? Good question. Machine pistols in Siege are far more powerful than most assault rifles, but don't mistake this with them being easier. Most of them lack in ammo capacity, yeah, but this is where it comes down to skill and preference. The SPSMG9 is actually better than most attacker weapons. Its stats are essentially a mini F2. Damage drop-off currently is also hardly ever meaningful. Machine pistols share the same drop-off as SMGs at 18 meters, and assault rifles have a drop-off of 25 meters. That's only an 8 meter difference when the average engagement distance is roughly less than 15 meters. You can also just headshot people, that helps. With Kali, you get a choice between the SPSMG9 or the C75 Auto. Whatever you pick doesn't matter too much here, and with the recent compensator buff reducing as much as 35% horizontal recoil, which the SPSMG9 has a bit of, the SPSMG9 has only become stronger. And the C75 is even stronger. You don't get a scope, but it has better recoil. And I'd like to remind you that I'm not here to say that Kali is outright a better choice. If you want to pick Yana, pick Yana. But the point here is for you to begin considering that Kali is a valid choice.
But this is where Kali's gadget comes in. From her underbarrel launcher, she fires LV explosive lances. These projectiles burrow into breakable and reinforced surfaces. Then, they explode on both sides. That line of bandit batteries protecting your reinforced walls? Gone. Helpful mute jammers? Gone.
And this is exactly why some view Kali as strictly a Thatcher alternative, which is not only just half true, but it's an incredibly limiting way to play her. In relation to Thatcher, he can prevent Kaid tricking, but not bandit tricking. Kali can't stop bandit from tricking either, and she has to hit a very tight timing against Kaid to destroy his Electroclaw before he picks it up. His LV Lance cannot reach Kaid's Electroclaws depending on the map geometry. It's difficult for Kali to coordinate with Ace, Hibana, or Thermite because the LV Lances blow up on both sides, risking her teammates' gadgets. As you can see, she's hardly a Thatcher alternative. What they mean by Thatcher alternative is when the defenders are leaving their breach denial utility unattended to. It's still a valid way to use her, but it's not something you should rely on. What I've gleaned from those who believe this is because Kali's LV Lances can destroy utility on the other side of reinforced walls. It feels like a waste to not use it for that purpose. I'm here to tell you that that's almost never the case. Like a lot of other operators, they've been buffing Kali for years now. Here's all the notable patch changes. Year 6 Season 1 Crimson Heist increased CSRX damage to 127. Year 7 Season 1 Demon Veil, no movement penalty with Kali's sniper rifle. Year 7 Season 3.3 Brutal Swarm increased CSRX damage to 135. An underrated buff that has massively changed Kali all the way back. Year 5 Season 2 Steel Wave reduced LV Explosive Lance fuse time to 1.5 seconds. That means her gadget blows up faster. Year 7 Season 3 release Brutal Swarm increased the number of charges for LV Explosive Lance to 4. The only other operator who shares this amount of explosives is Flores, who's incredibly adept at countering bulletproof utility. Bring both Kali and Flores and you suddenly have 8 explosives. That's insane. You have 4 LV lances now, and with that amount, Kali becomes incredibly flexible with what she chooses to destroy and where. You'll eventually realize that Azami, Castle, Maestro, and Melusi are pretty often picks these days, and Kali with 4 explosives really should put her value in a larger perspective.
Play it slow, play it slow. Thank you, there's one Azami door.
Wait, hold on, let me join. He's doing it by the clock. Pixel.
Still pixel. She ran away.
Nice.
Ay, in toilet. Ay, yeah. It's okay, let's not it. Nice shot, toilet.
In making this video, I'm hoping that more players are educated in giving Kali a better shot, and not see her as only the sniper operator, but an operator that can play really well aggressively and hard counter a lot of defensive gadgets in your way. In my eyes, she's not a Thatcher alternative, she's an Ashe alternative. The real reason she isn't popular, even in competitive play, is because far too many in the community have these misconceptions. And one more thing, I'm not saying you should definitely play a support operator like Thermite as an entry fragger, but really, sometimes why wouldn't you? A lot of well-placed aggression can help you win rounds. Part of why Siege is an incredible hero shooter is because you're able to pick any operator you want and still accomplish quite a lot universally. Whether you're playing Rook, Thatcher, Maestro, Hibana, Ella, or Kali, when you need to step up, you need to step up. Nothing in reality is stopping you from playing Dokebi as you would Ashe in the situations that demand it. In the end, you might think I'm being silly here, but, well, then that means you can't argue with me. Maybe I am just a silly little guy. You're gonna have beef with this little guy? For shame. Thanks for watching. Keep on keeping on.